Brennan Rutherman here for the College Football Kickoff Show, and yes, that is me in the corner, losing my religion, but not for college football. Welcome everybody to the TikTok 10-minute drill for your Week 1, where we are about to unveil, in fact you're already seeing the picks as we speak, the Thursday selections of both the undercard and lanyard varieties. But to drive the point home, we got the lanyards here, and you need to see them for visual proof. So we'll get right to it. First things first, the undercard picks for this week. Bowling Green with Eddie George, the new head coach for the Falcons. Hosting Lafayette should be an easy one for BG. And I am rooting for this guy to do well for Bowling Green. This is a good landing spot for him in a good conference where the competition is very fierce. There's Toledo, there's Buffalo, there's Miami of Ohio, there's Ohio. There are some good teams there. And for Eddie George to succeed, he must first pass the easy tests to get to the harder ones later. So best of luck to Eddie George and the Bowling Green Falcons this year. One team that isn't name-checked in that group of MAC teams would be Akron, but I got them picking Wyoming. I got them... We're already screwing up. I got them over Wyoming. Well, I was initially going to consider picking Wyoming until I saw that last year they only put up 19.3 points a game. That's not going to get it done. If Akron were to lose, well, there's only one way to go. They can't sink any more lower than they already have. They're not even bowl eligible this year. So, this is probably maybe the only time that I will pick Akron. They are playing at home, though. Delaware over Delaware State. Delaware's first game as an FBS school is a win over their in-state rivals. UCF over Jacksonville State. UCF needs to turn things around this year, and hopefully they'll get back to being the perennial ball power that they've always been. Plus, it's a home game for them. Same holds true for ULM, otherwise known as Louisiana Monroe. They're hosting St. Francis, who, by the way, will drop down to D3 next year. And they will be playing in the same conference that my W&J presidents are playing in, and that would be the President's Athletic Conference. So, for now, though, ULM over St. Francis. Duke over Elon, nothing further. Oklahoma State over Eddie George's old stomping ground, Tennessee Martin. Houston over Stephen F. Austin. That should be an easy one for the Cougs as they get ready to play host, I believe, to UNLV next week. Should be an interesting one. And San Diego State over Stony Brook, a Stony Brook team that definitely improved over the last year in the FCS. But San Diego State, talking about schools that went on a serious decline, like Wyoming in the Mountain West, San Diego State's another one that took a serious downturn. Now comes the fun part. You'll see them. Even in the smallest of corners that I'm in right now, you'll actually get to see them. Your lanyard selections beginning with... Okay, this is not going as easy as I thought it would. There we go. Boise State over South Florida. Boise State has a 1-2 punch at running back. And the names I don't know right off the top of my head, but they are going to be taking turns accounting for all the yards that Ashton Genty had last year. 2,600 yards. That's still remarkable. Next we have Rutgers and the aforementioned Ohio Bobcats. And, well, should be an easy one here too. I'm going with Rutgers. Although I do expect for the game to be competitive. Ohio is definitely good for competitive games no matter who they're playing. Speaking of competitive, this will be insanely intense competitive. NC State and East Carolina. They played in the Military Bowl last year, and it got very ugly at the end. With that being said, if I'm NC State, take them to the woodshed and just annihilate them, okay? Plus, it helps that my helmet guy is an NC State grad, so I'm hoping he's watching. I mentioned Buffalo, and this is a good test for them. They're going to Minneapolis to take on the Gophers. Mad respect for what P.J. Fleck has done for Minnesota, and I'd be hard-pressed to bet against them, even against a team like Buffalo, who had its first double-digit win season in school history. However, I am taking the Gophers. Yeah, let's just flip them up here. There we go. So we're going to go ahead and take the Gophers to beat Buffalo. Nebraska is at Cincinnati. No, they're not. They're not at Cincinnati. They're in Kansas City. No, not to take on the Kelsey Swifty Chefs. Don't even get me started on that. But they are taking on the Cincinnati Bearcats. They have Nebraska as the visiting team, and I can't understand why. They're 207 miles away from home in Lincoln. I'd be much rather play it in Lincoln than in Kansas City, if you ask me. But I like Matt Rule's approach to this. Don't let the game be bigger than it is. He's preaching a very good gospel here. He was on an NFL team at one time, coaching with the Carolina Panthers. But he's got his boys, I think, in the right direction here. Could be another big year for Big Red. Going to go with Nebraska on the road. And last but not least, Miami of Ohio and Wisconsin. I came to get down. But I won't get off my seat. But I'll still jump around. I'm going to go with the Badgers at home. Badgers need to do some serious improvements to its offense. This is Luke Fickell's third year as head man for Wisconsin. And the traditionalists want the good old-fashioned ground and pound 3 yards in a cloud of dust, or as I like to refer to it, not bread and butter, not meat and potatoes, but more like pretzels and potato chips. You know, those are the kind of yards you want to eat up if you're Wisconsin. I'm hoping that they do much better. Not being able to play in a bowl game has got to sting them. It has to. Best of luck to Wisconsin this year. Best of luck to everybody. It's the first full slate of college football action. We got more picks coming your way, including the Friday ones on the TikTok 2-minute version. That it might go beyond 2 minutes. Who knows? Not as many games, but still we got to pick them. So until next time, Brandon Rutherman signing off for the TikTok 10-minute drill on the College Football Kickoff Show. Have yourselves a great one, and we'll talk to you next time.